If we close our eyes, remember all that we have. Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Shinran. I'll be your MC this morning, and welcome to Makawao Honganji Gotan-e service, which marks the birth of Shinran Shonin, founder of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, on May 21st, 1173. Before we begin our service, we have some special friends that have joined us this morning all the way from continental USA. Oh, okay. Would you like to somewhat introduce your family, your friends? Would you like to introduce yourselves? Oh, someone was there.
My name is Makawao. I'm from Colorado, and I happen to have my share in Maui. I have a cousin that's in also. We'd like to visit one here. These are our friends. So we stepped out from California and over from New Mexico now. Beautiful Colorado. Thank you for welcoming us.
Well, welcome to Makawao Honganji. Anyone else? New friends? Old friends? All right. Please stand if you're able, and let's begin the service by singing the Vandana Tisarana together in both Pali and English.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsa. Namo Amida Butsa.
Thank you. Please be seated. We'll now sing the Gatha Gasho with a meter, which will be shown on the screens, and chanting will be followed by quiet meditation.
Namo Amida Butsu. I recite Amida's name with deep joy and gratitude. I show with Amida trees and grasses and flowers, all grow in great compassion. This light shines throughout the world. I show with Amida. Flowers bloom and flowers fall. From the seeds sprout new flowers. This is the truth unchanging. I show with Amida. Springtime brings the happy birds. Their songs all praise Amida. I join them in Nembutsu. I show with Amida. When I call Amida, Buddha's name. It's Amida calling me. Buddha's voice, my voice are one. I Gasho with Amida. When I'm lonely, I recite Namo Amida Butsu. Then I feel great compassion. I Gasho with Amida. Menbutsu inward can play every day with Amida. Every moment filled with light. I Gasho with Amida. Remember the golden chain, kindness to all living things. I will follow this teaching. I Gasho with Amida. In the clear bright morning sun, in the fading light of day, in the darkness of the night, I Gasho with Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. I live in great compassion. This great power guides my life. I Gasho with Amida. Let's sit together quietly for a few moments. So just relax and get comfortable. If you're able, sit forward in your seat and place both feet flat on the ground. Now sit up straight and align your head, neck, shoulders, and back in a straight line that goes down to the floor. Place your hands comfortably in your lap. Now close your eyes and just breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in, you feel the energy of this beautiful morning filling your body. And as you breathe out, any stress or worries in your mind just fade away. Just breathe. The sound of the gong will signal the end of our quiet meditation. Namandals, 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 namandals.
Sorry, I should have told everyone to turn off your cell phones. Apologize. Everyone is welcome to offer incense as an expression of gratitude for the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Please use any of the 3 incense burners in the front. Mahalo, and thank you very much. Let's all recite the golden chain of love together. Let us begin. I am a link
in a Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches
around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure beautiful thoughts, say pure beautiful words, and to do pure beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now depends not only on my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Anita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo. Please rise, if you're able, to sing the Gatha Shinshu anthem, which will be shown in a music video featuring Bishop Umitani and daughter Naho Umitani. The words will be shown on the screen. Oh, sorry.
Should just go.
I should go.
Go back one more and then advance forward.
Again?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. Sorry.
The Buddha taught technology never does what you want it to do. Yeah.
now, please be seated. Just a side note, I saw, now for our new friends, that's our bishop right now. And he was a former minister of our temple. And our friends know Naho, the daughter. And for those, I just talked to Bishop last Saturday, and Naho graduated, and she'll be working in Sacramento for a senator. So it's good news. Good news. And Rigo's going to school in Japan. Okay. But he looks the same. He still looks the same. He doesn't age. You know, Reverend Bishop Gotan-e. Okay, now it's children's Dharma story time.
So I just mentioned on the bulletin board in the back, the upper right, there's a picture of Reverend Mitani planting the Bodhi tree. Okay, and that was, and Mohili was his first assignment. Naho was like, little girl. And Niho, the second daughter, was born here. There's another photograph somewhere where she's actually holding Niho, and Naho is like this little tiny thing outside. But if you do look at the photograph, you'll see, one, just how big the tree has become, and two, you become bishop, you kind of get gray hair really quickly. So, live from Makawao, it's Children's Dharma Story Time, starring Barkley the dog, and Lucy the ladybug, and Baby Tom. Beha! Aloha kako! Aloha gozaimasu! Good morning! Thank you for, oops, going too fast there, Sensei. Going too fast there, Sensei. We're in here somewhere. Okay, thanks for coming. Yes, thank you for coming. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you very, very much. Today's story is Pepper Pig, Happy Birthday. Adapted by Annie Auerbach from the hit TV series. Today is Peppa's birthday. Peppa wakes up with a snort. She is too excited to stay in bed. George, wake up, says Peppa. It's my birthday. I'm going to have a party, and Daddy's doing a magic show. Peppa and George rush into Mummy and Daddy Pig's bedroom. Wake up! It's my birthday, shouts Peppa. Daddy Pig yawns and looks at the clock. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, he says. Yes, says Peppa. See how much time has passed already. Mummy Pig chuckles. Okay, let's get your birthday started. Yippee! Cheers, Peppa. Downstairs in the kitchen, Mummy and Daddy Pig set out the bowls of Peppa's favorite cereal for birthday breakfast. Before they eat, George gives Peppa her present. Happy birthday, Peppa, everyone says. Ew, says Peppa. She shakes thoughts. What is it? She asks. Peppa unwraps the present. A doll's dress, she exclaims. I can put it on Teddy. Thank you, everyone. You're welcome, says Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig is excited to be the magician for Peppa's party. You will introduce me as the amazing Mysterio, he tells Peppa. Peppa is not so sure she can remember that, but she can't wait for her party. A little while later, the doorbell rings. My friends are here, says Peppa. Hello, everyone. Hello, Peppa. Happy birthday, says her friends. It's time for the magic show. Peppa must introduce Daddy Pig to her friends. Ladies and gentlemen, begins Peppa, but she can't remember what to say next. She says. It's Magic Daddy! Hooray! Everyone shouts and claps. Daddy begins his first magic trick. Abracadabra, he says, and then he pulls something special out of his top hat. Wow, says Peppa.
says Peppa. It's Teddy! Peppa and her friends clap. Daddy Pig takes the bow. For Daddy Pig's next trick, Susie Sheep will be his helper. Daddy Pig gives Susie 3 colorful balls. With his back turned, he is going to guess which ball she chooses. Abracadabra, says Daddy Pig. He guesses Susie is holding the yellow ball. No, says Susie. Daddy Pig guesses the blue ball. No, says Susie. Daddy Pig guesses the red ball. That's the one. Silly magic, Daddy, Peppa says. You said all 3 colors. Hush, Peppa, whispers Daddy Pig. Don't tell anyone. But everyone hears themselves and everyone giggles. Would you like to see one more trick? Daddy Pig asks the children. Yes, please, everyone says. Daddy Pig tells them to close their eyes. Now say the magic word, abracadabra. Abracadabra, everyone shouts. Now open your eyes, says Daddy Pig. Mummy Pig has brought out Peppa's birthday cake. Now all Peppa has to do is make a wish and blow out the candles. This was my favorite magic trick, Peppa says, and this is my best birthday ever. The end. And that was the story, Peppa Pig. Happy birthday! Wasn't that a great story? Wow, I loved how Daddy Pig's tricks were silly and didn't work out the way they wanted as planned, but everyone still laughed and had a great time. The Buddha taught that life doesn't always go the way we expect, but that just means new opportunities to have fun together. Namo Amida. Well, how about you, Barkley the dog? What part did you like? Me? Well, Sensei, you know me. I love the part where Pepper Pig pointed out the obvious. Daddy Pig had just said all the colors because he messed it up the trick. Been there, done that many times. How about you, Lucy the Ladybug? What part of the story did you like? Mahalo nui loa for asking, Barkley. I love the story because it shows us everyone loves a birthday party. And I love the special surprise at the end when Mommy Pig brings out Peppa Pig's birthday cake, just like magic. And today is Shinran Shonin's birthday celebration, so happy birthday, Shinran! Namo Amida. Happy birthday, Shinran! Mahalo nui loa for sharing Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. So, oops. So remember, kids. Be good. But not too much. Okay. Okay, so that was Children's Dharma story time. I actually have never seen Peppa Pig until I found this story. I said, oh, that looks kind of cute. I looked up the YouTube thing. I was like, oh, okay. And then discovered there's this big, huge thing that all the kids know about that Grandpa doesn't know, stuff like that. So now it is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Reverend David Fujimoto. Reverend David is the resident minister of Mo'ili'ili Honganji, the overseeing minister of Eba Honganji, and the chaplain of the Pacific Buddhist Academy in Honolulu. Reverend David has also served as Associate Minister at Hilo Betseling, Resident Minister of Puna Honganji, Resident Minister of Mililani Honganji, and he began his Honganji career as Assistant to the Director of the Buddhist Study Center. Reverend David was Tokudo ordained as a priest in Jodo Shinshu Honganji Ha in 2007. And earned a Master of Buddhist Studies degree from the Institute of Buddhist Studies in Berkeley, California in 2010. In the same year, Reverend David was credentialed as a Kyoshi teacher of the Dharma and appointed Kai Kyoshi Overseas Missionary of Jodo Shinshu Honganji-ha, assigned to Honpa Honganji Mission of Hawaii. Reverend David is also a board-certified chaplain, so if you're familiar with chaplaincy, that's a big deal. He has the qualifications to be a professional chaplain. Has an interest in embedded and deliberative theologies and their role in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism in Hawaii. You're going to have to ask Reverend David what that means, because I have no clue. He's also completing an education studies certificate from the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Reverend David is a member of the University of Hawaii's culturally based Community Connections for Resilience project research team, helping to create and train resilience hubs for local farmers and first responders. Reverend David is also a local boy. He's born and raised in Honolulu. He's a graduate of the Honganji Mission School, Farrington High School, and the University of Hawaii at Manoa with a BA in psychology. Reverend David also taught and was an assistant trainer at Farrington High School after graduating from UH. It's also worth mentioning that Reverend David is one of the senior local ministers here in Hawaii. So we have a shortage of ministers. If you'd like to become a minister, we can work it out. We can do something like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Reverend David Fujimoto. Do you have a microphone?
Please join me in a moment of reflection and devotion with your palms put together in Gasho. As we gather on this occasion of Gotan-e, commemorating the birth of our founder Shinran Shonin, let us take a moment to center ourselves in the recitation of Nembutsu, the heartfelt call of Namo Amida Butsu. A life of Nembutsu is an unpeding single path. When I carefully consider the primal vow which Amida Buddha brought forth, I find that it is only for me, Shinran, alone. How gracious is the primal vow of Amida Buddha, who resolved to guide me to enlightenment. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Well, good morning, everyone. First off, thank you to Reverend Carey and all of you here at Makawao Honganji for allowing me this unrepeatable moment with all of you. And of course, happy Mother's Day. I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning to head to the airport. And you know I had to wake up my mom 3 o'clock this morning to tell her happy Mother's Day because I'm getting old, so I know I'm going to forget. I got here early this morning to walk around Kalani. Everybody says, before you head into Makawao, go visit the area. And everybody knows that I'm a carrot cake junkie. So when I went into the soufflette and I saw the particular carrot cake that one of the members was talking about, I almost cried. Yeah, that's the one. But going into there reminds me, I grew up in Aiea, and there was this store called Speedy's, or people also called it Nagamine. Yeah. And so going inside there, that kind of country rustic feel to the grocery store was really, really nostalgic for me. I have to admit, I know we are celebrating Shinran's birthday, but I kind of wanted to take it. I kind of wanted to backstep a little bit in that. We also celebrated Okigan not too long ago. Yeah, and so I think that every time I travel, I get apprehensive and nervous. It always begins with anticipation and preparation, packing, planning, and sometimes worrying about what I might say. As I embark, I leave behind the craziness of what we call in this tradition Shigan, right? The shore, which I call Oahu, and step into, again, what we in this tradition call Higan, right? Whether it's go back to the Big Island or or now here to Maui. And then, it's this land of, or shore of peace and calmness. Do you guys consider Maui peaceful, calmness?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Then the very act, traveling, right, facing delays, disruptions, and unfamiliar places mirrors the internal journey from confusion to clarity. Whether it's Oahu to Hilo or here to Maui, and the unwillingness of wanting to return to that shore of Oahu always makes me grouchy at the end of the day. The destination, this shore, right, Higan, is not simply reached by effort, but by the openness of the journey itself. Each moment is a step toward awakening, no matter how uncertain or imperfect. And I know Reverend Carey feels the same way, but after a Dharma talk, it's this crazy journey back to Shigan, Oahu. And you saw the couch, right, that Reverend Umitani and his daughter were sitting on? We had that couch still, and to see that picture, my heart, in a few hours I get to be on that couch going, but as later on, when the plane takes off, the mood turns to decompression, right? And I sit there and I contemplate the three types of talks: the one I prepare, the one I'm actually going to give, and the one I should have given. So if you want to hear a truly good message, call me tomorrow. But truly, this compression time is precious, reflective, and oftentimes dangerous, as the attachment of all the woulda, shoulda, couldas still remains. It is in the quiet aftermath that the true Dharma message truly appears. A great message is not born in the delivery, but the honest reflection that honestly follows. I have the opportunity to see my limitations, thousands of feet in the air, miss opportunities, and also my vulnerabilities. This reflective space is where the seed of wisdom is planted, watered by humility and gratitude. So often we cling to patterns and routines. We want our talks, our journeys in life, and everything, including our own life, to go according to plan. Yet the plan is not about perfection. True learning happens through disruption. When things do not go as expected, like when we had those crazy rainstorms a few weeks ago, unforeseen things that go on in the temple, or for people like me who stutter, so our words oftentimes falter. In those moments, we're given the chance to see ourselves clearly. In the craziness of all that I do, as was mentioned in the introduction, I did this crazy thing called going back to school. It's, this week is final weeks, so my final paper is focused on the topic of pattern disruption. Pattern disruption. What is that? It's a psychological technique that breaks the norms, the automatics, the habits and behaviors or thought patterns by introducing unexpected stimulus. It forces us to shift from the normal autopilot of our minds and shifts it to something more conscious. It's what we call engagement, enhance attention, and the word that always comes up nowadays in social media, influence. I bet you today, if there's anything you remember, is the first time you saw a minister wear Star Wars Crocs and not black shoes, or he refers to going from from Oahu to Maui as traveling from Shigan to Higan. That is pattern disruption. When you think about it, okay, Shinran was the master of this, both in his personal journey and through his teachings. Shinran entered the monastic life at a young age. He's seeking enlightenment through rigorous practice. However, 20 years later on Mount Hiei, he realized, yeah, this is a little too crazy for me. He realized the limitations that traditional monastic patterns had. This led him to a pivotal moment, his encounter with Honen, the Pure Land Master, which radically disrupted the spiritual trajectory of that time. Shinran once reflected, I am such that I cannot follow the precepts or practice such difficult disciplines. Acknowledging his break from established norms up on the mountain in favor of the path that is accessible to all. Shinran's life was marked further by disruption. In 1207, he and Honen gets exiled by authorities for their own radical teachings, which challenged the religious establishment by emphasizing faith over ritual and even status. During this time of exile, Shinran married Eshini, right? A move that was totally unheard of. The act disrupted centuries of tradition and signaled Shinran's commitment to a new pattern of what we call the Buddhist community today and the Buddhist life, a life surrounded by the Nembutsu teaching, where lay people and clergy could walk the same path. He writes, even good people can be reborn into the Pure Land, how much more so even an evil person could. This quote exemplifies his break from the pattern of privileging virtue over humility and of faith. Shinran's teachings consistently upend established patterns. He urged followers to rely on Amida's vow rather than personal efforts, saying there is no need to strive for enlightenment through your own power. Just entrust yourself to Amida's compassion. By doing so, Shinran refined the spiritual landscape, making it inclusive and accessible to all. His life, his words remind us that the true transformation often comes from disrupting familiar patterns and embracing new possibilities. Of course, Shinran, in his deep humility, also writes, when I carefully consider the primal vow which Amida brought forth, I find that it was only for me, Shinran alone. These words may sound kind of startling at first, and the ultimate pattern disruption. Why would Shinran want to say something like this about the vow, and that it was only for him? He was not denying anybody else, but expressing the profound realization that Amida's vow reaches even the most ordinary, flawed, and struggling person. In that moment, the universality of Amida's compassion becomes more personal. For each of us, there may come a time when we feel lost, isolated, and even unworthy. Shinran's reflection is a reminder that the primal vow is not abstract, it's not distant. It is meant for each one of us just the way we are. When we recite the Nembutsu, we are not asking to become someone else, to be better or to be pure. We are simply responding to Amida Buddha's call, accepting the gift as if the vow was given to us individually. This is the heart of Shinran's encounter, the realization that the path is open, here, now, for each and every one of us. This call and response is in every moment, whether joyful or painful. We are supported by the deepest vow of Amida Buddha. Shinran says the vow of Amida Buddha was made for persons utterly helpless, for those who cannot reach this far shore by their own power, just as they are. So in the move to Moilili Honganji, my wife and I, we go to the University of Hawaii Games. Yeah, it was something that I promised her when we moved to Moilili Honganji. So it started with the Hawaii Bowl in December, right? And I always told her that the universe, as alumni, the only time the university calls is when when they need money, right? So, they never called. Yeah, that when they accepted the bowl bid, nobody called. But as soon as the University of California called, because I went to 2 games, yeah. Hey, Reverend David, your Bears are coming to town. And in fact, aren't they going to be up the road? Yeah. Would you like 2 tickets? Oh, yeah. So, of course, we went. And, of course, we sat on the University of California side. And, later on, we went to basketball. And I'm kind of like a card collector. So I was waiting for one of the basketball players to come to sign my card. So I was sitting in the front row, and then the basketball coach comes over, and he starts talking to us, and then my wife starts crying because he started apologizing for losing that game that night. I said, that's pretty humble and pretty crazy at the same time. And so on the way back to the car, my wife looks at me, she says, we have to become basketball season ticket holders now, right? Okay. And so, after all of that, and even, that excitement of that first football game for her, yeah, who do you think she was cheering for? She had her UH shirt on, I had my University of California shirt and Hawaii hat. I wanted the Bears to win, actually. Okay, trigger. But anyway, like these slippers, just like I am, just like who my wife and I are, just like how we are. It is being able to spend those private and those public moments in Namo Amida Butsu, whether it's in life or at the game. Pattern disruptions tells us we're always embraced no matter what. And in simple response, we simply say, Namo Amida Butsu. At the games in the arena, we often go to the concession stands, okay? And we have edamame, chicken strips, and water. Would you believe edamame is cheaper than water? Go figure that, okay? And so, of all the times, okay, we kind of went into the wrong entrance, we went to one of the concession stands. Of all the times to be there, who's running the stands? Honganji Mission School and PBA parents. You're not tired of seeing me, And of course they recognize me, start yelling, right?
Reverend David! Reverend David!
Right? And of course, my wife's favorite one. Oh my goodness, it's so weird to see you in public. Why? I get out of prison once in a while, And it's weird because the next couple of days, a Friday service at PBA, I got scoldings by the kids. Why? Because they lost a tip jar battle. Reverend David, he's going to support the kids, so he's going to put $20 in the tip jar, right? So I get scoldings, right? We lost the tip jar by $20 because of you. So, in the Reverend David way, his reply was, well, if you had told me at that time, I would have stuck my hand back in the jar and took that money and put it inside of yours. And they were just in shock. Yeah. Those are the Membutsu moments. Those are the moments we say, Namo Amida Butsu, in deep appreciation and gratitude. In the writings of Abhidharma, the chapter on Dharma moments, it says we have 56 trillion moments a day that we can say Namo Amida Butsu. So we need to acknowledge that and we need to celebrate it. Imagine 56 trillion moments every day to say Namo Amida Butsu. How many times do we actually say it? Maybe 1, maybe 2. Sometimes I drop something, Namo. In those moments that we are embraced even in our distress and sheer embarrassment of being yelled at Shit Stand Chef, Shinran writes, when I deeply considered the vow of Amida Buddha, I realized that it was intended for me, a foolish being, lost in the storm of delusion. It is easy to feel overwhelmed when disruption strikes, but Shinran teaches us that Amida embraces those who panic, doubt, and stumble. The journey from ordinary sentient beings living in appreciation and gratitude for the Nembutsu teaching is never smooth, like the bumps we feel when we're flying. Oh, this morning, trust me, that was not good. And often we find ourselves caught in life's storms or being called out by your students. Amida does not require perfection. Instead, Amida's compassion reaches precisely to those who feel inadequate. Shinran reminds us we are all equally embraced, whether we are found or we are lost, we're at peace, or we're pressing the panic button. Those words guide us on our journey that we call life. As he further states, I am not a sage or a saint. I'm just an ordinary person who is saved by Amida's compassion. These words encourage us to accept our imperfections and trust in the power of the vow. He also writes, the heart that entrusts itself to Amida is the heart that knows it cannot cross the river alone. In this, Shinran teaches us that humility, gratitude, and reflection are the keys to the acknowledgement of living a life of appreciation and gratitude as foolish beings. As we celebrate Shinran Shonin's birthday, let us apply his message into our own lives. Life's journey is full of disruptions and unknowns. Celebrate it. We do not need to be perfect Nembutsu travelers. Instead, we are called to fully live with deep appreciation for the Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion. When the rain falls, storm may rage. May we remember that we are embraced just as we are. May the downtime after all our efforts become a source of reflection and growth. Let us together journey, supported by Amida's vow, and trusting that every step, every disruption, every moment is part of our awakening. So as we close, let us hear the words of Shinran Shonin once again. Please join me in a moment of reflection and devotion with your palms put together. The cloud of light is unhindered like the open sky. There is nothing that impedes it. Every being is nurtured by its light. So take refuge in Amida, the one beyond conception. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much, everyone.
Mahalo, Reverend David, for your sharing of your Dharma this morning. Let us all chant the Metta Sutta, the Loving Kindness Sutra.
May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May all beings be happy and well.
May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Please rise if you're able and let us sing on the good song, the hymn of gratitude, which will be found on the screen, and this will be followed by the Nembutsu. Mahalo. Please be seated. Reverend Carey will now lead us in the gratitude meditation.
So once again, let's sit quietly together for a few moments. So just relax and get comfortable. If you're able, sit forward in your seat and place both feet flat on the ground. And sit up straight and align your head, neck, shoulders, and back in a straight line that goes down to the floor. Place your hands comfortably in your lap. Now close your eyes halfway, so you're looking both outwardly and inwardly. And just breathe. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. As you breathe in, think of something for which you are grateful. And as you breathe out, just say mahalo. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Just breathe. The sound of the gong will signal the end of our quiet meditation.
Lutsnamanda, 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 Lutsnamanda.
Mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much for joining our Dharma family service this morning. And may your day be filled with aloha. We have announcements. And here's the schedule for May. Next Sunday, May 17th, is Maui Fujimatsuri at Kaului Honganji. So there'll be no service here at Makawao. Please come and cheer out on our cornhole team as it seeks its first victory.
We still haven't won, so please.
We haven't won yet. Okay, May 24th, lay service with Dharma School. Reverend Kerr will be off island and he'll be a guest speaker at West Kauai Honganji. And May 31st, we have baccalaureate service with, where's Lois? Nishikawa. Is she here? Yes, they're here. Okay. So Lois will be our guest speaker. There'll be 4 graduates. Hopefully they all attend. Okay. Oh, here's the schedule for June. Again, June 7th, no service. Why? We have a garage sale setup day. June 14th, Dharma family service. June 21st, no service. Why? Because we have garage sale and bazaar. Okay. So Reverend David, put that on your calendar.
I have one dance, so I'll come for that.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. We need help though. Garage sale.
That's fine. I don't have one dance.
Okay, and June 28th, we have Dharma family service. Okay, and is that it? Are there any other announcements? Okay, Karen has 10 million.
First of all, I'd like to thank Reverend David because it makes me easier and feel more comfortable about being up here talking to you because you are accepting me for what I am. Any mistakes I make, come up. Okay, that's it.
Off the stage.
Is that my exit?
Oh, exit.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that okay, I'm sorry I'm taking so much of your time. Okay, so on the 7th, that's our really big day. That's when we take out everything from all our hidden places where we put the garage, our valuable garage items hidden. And so on that day, we said no church service on that day. We will be starting about 7:30 if you'd like to come, or you can come anytime in between. But we'll take out everything, we put it in the social hall, and then we start to organize the gifts that were given to us. Okay, and we were lucky because we have Chef Carol who will be making our lunch for the day. Thank you, Carol. Without your lunch making, we would wither away. Alrighty, and then so we work from the 7th all the way to the 19th. If we get through before the 19th, we can have a day off before the big garage sale on the 20th. And all of you know that our people that come to the garage sale who want to buy things come about 4:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30 to line up. You know, it's crazy because when you go in, everything is kind of placed the same way and it's been placed year after year. But they just want to be first in line, and that's something they pride on. You know, I was here first the last 2 years, so congratulations, we're so happy, you know. But anyway, the last day will be the 21st, which will be our bazaar day, where we will also, besides garage sale things, we will be selling goodies. Our famous Makawao Honganji manju, chow fan, will be available. So if you're able to come, please come and help us be in a joyous mood, you know, because it's a happy mood. It's a happy time where you see old friends from all over the place. Did I miss anything, people? Anybody? Okay, they want me to, and then I would say thank you for all your kupua and your help. Sharon said we do need help, and we do need help.
We need manpower.
Man help.
Man help.
Man help. Men help. We need all kinds of help. Some women are stronger than
I
men.
know.
But anybody that can come, you are welcome to come and help us. We will be here from 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning till about 5. We stay usually about 5, but 4:30 would be better because some of us have to drive away, to get up here. So, okay, so if you can come any day, and then schedules are going to be going out about helping with lunch, refreshments, and other things. So thank you very much, and aloha. And Reverend David, where are you?
He's putting on his calendar.
Thank you. Thank you so much because you made me feel very good the way I am. Accepting me. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Oops. Oh, that's it. All right. So if there's no, I'd like to thank our visitors this morning, and we have refreshments up at the social hall. And have a very safe week, and thank you very much. Okay. See you next. No, we'll see you in Kahului. Right. Okay. Bye. Thank you, Ikarka. Sorry I didn't get to you because I was emceeing a service.
Church, yeah?
Yeah, church.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so don't worry, I forgot.
Okay. Thank you very much. What you post taking Ikarka? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. That was my son-in-law calling to say Happy Mother's Day. We have services. Which of these goes into the committee?
The white one.
Oh, the white one. Okay.
So it's the only plug that'll fit this
Yeah, I
one.
was looking now.
Because it's
Oh.
old.
Okay. Thank you.
It's come to a point where my it's just kind of short. So it's like I'm on the industry training committee, and when you get trained as ministry, you have to get trained as the traditional but whatever reason, yeah.
You got all your stuff there?
I did.
In the back? Close these doors.
When were you in 2000?
You guys can go through this way if you like. But turn, big building in front of you. Let me get the front door.
Right in the center of Shannon.
forced to do stuff like that. So it's a very ballsy move to buy that property.
Well, it's like I told Archie, might not buy it. That means you don't have to.
That's a statement that you have to be. Also, I was just thinking about Section 8 housing, and most of them are pretty good, but
Is there a link from here to there?
What's that?
Is there a link to Taiko's link? Is there?
Look up Maui Taiko.
Oh, okay.
They have adult classes and stuff, adult group. Zenshin Daiko is the other one, but it's basically children.
Oh, okay.
Shoot.
You leave them in the urn room?
Sorry. I'll find it. I'll let you out.
Would you like to, oh, someone left their sunglasses.